Hello and welcome. This is my latest chess video. Just played on the free internet chess server tonight, and that's the 14th of August 2012. I'm black, have a lowish rating, and it's a 5-minute blitz game. The French defence. In honour of the Olympics, I'm calling this my lightning bolt. Usain Bolt, double gold medal winner. Okay, so let's see my lightning bolt. White plays e4, my reply is e6, the French defence, and now white plays a slightly different move that I'm not very used to, bishop to c4. Don't quite understand this move. I just carry on in French style and play d5. White captures, I recapture, and here I'm threatening the bishop, of course, because my queen's backing up my pawn. White then moves the bishop, trying to put me in check, and this is simply dealt with pawn to c6, and again threatening the bishop. So the bishop has to move, and so I've got not a unreasonable pawn structure on the queen side, and I'm now going to develop on the king side, and it's a slightly different pattern for the black side of the French defence. But I'm very comfortable with this at the moment, so I continue with knight to f6. White just plays a very conservative d3, and I just carry on with developing move here, bishop to f5. White now does another move that doesn't have a lot of purpose, just h3, stopping anything coming onto the g4 square. Obviously I've got my bishop and my knight threatening that square, but really I'm not really sure the pawn move is very good. Probably better, I would have thought, would be to be developing pieces at this stage of a blitz game. So I carry on and now put my dark squared bishop onto d6. Here it's got options either side of the board, so I just carry on developing. White develops now with knight to f3, fairly standard place for the knight. And I castle up now for king safety. White develops with bishop to g5. I bring my knight from b8 to d7 to try and back up my knight on f6. White castles. I go and pressurise the white bishop with playing h6. The bishop retreats. That's about all I can ask for. I want to get my queen off the bishop pin, so I now play queen to c7, and the queen and the bishop are now forming my lightning bolt battery. So watch out for this later. And there's a nice little hole on the h2 square, and for some reason white just decides to do a nothing move again, just moving the king, stopping that little check on the h2 square, but there's nothing really is threatened at the moment because it's all protected with the knight on f3. So I just continue developing, try and claim the open e file with rook to e8, and white plays knight to d4, threatening my bishop, so I just move my bishop back to g6. White develops now, instead of knight to c3, plays knight to d2. For some reason it's really just a shot in the dark. I play bishop to c5, attacking the unprotected white knight in the centre of the board, and white now plays knight to b3, attacking my bishop. I don't really want to lose that bishop. That's part of my lightning bolt setup that will come in later. It's very strong with the queen on that diagonal, so I just moved my bishop back. So that didn't really do very much for me. Here white develops his bishop, and I just think it's good to trade bishops here. So knight takes bishop and queen takes knight back. So pieces exchanged. Knight and a bishop. I've got a few options here, but I decide to move my knight in. Knight to f6, attacking the white queen, which white plays bishop takes knight, and I recapture with my pawn. Now this fairly unusual pawn structure in front of my castle king, but it's going to be fairly solid. Well, I hope it is. White now plays knight to f5, hoping to capture on h6 and put me in check, and I can't do anything. I can't recapture with my bishop on g6 because of the pin of the queen. So I want to do something about the queen position here, so I simply play pawn to h5, threatening the queen. I still think white could play knight to g6 with a check, but he doesn't do that. He moves the queen away. Yep, and so now I bring my queen in to put pressure on the white knight. The knight could still go to h6 to check the king, but it doesn't. It instead moves it to h4, attacking my bishop. I bring the pawn up, thinking that if my bishop is exchanged, I will regain my pawn structure in front of my king, although the g-pawn will be backward pawn, but that's not going to be too hard to fix, I hope. So that does all happen, and then white plays rook to the e-file to challenge my rooks on the e-file, and I play rook takes rook. White has to play rook takes rook back. The rooks are exchanged, and here now I get ready for my lightning bolt. Can you see it? There's that lovely diagonal, the b8 to the h2 diagonal. First of all, before doing that, nearly there, I bring my rook onto the e-file. So again, to threaten his rook. He brings his queen back to protect there, and I bring my rook up, hoping to double up with my queen on the e-file, but he just plays a simple d4 move to threaten my rook, and at this stage I'm still having thoughts of doubling up my rook and queen on the e-file to make that strong, so I just move my rook up a bit to be supported by my pawns. White simply plays another pawn move, so we've got symmetrical pawns on the king side now, attacking my rook, which I just moved backwards to where it came from, and I can still then get my queen in the right spot. White solidifies his pawn centre with c3, and here I just decide to take off the rook. So rook takes rook, queen takes rook back, rooks are being exchanged, and now, this is the time now to get my lightning bolt. Can you see it? I bring my bishop back to c7, and what I'm trying to do is put my queen onto d6 and have a really threatening battery against the white king on h1. How does white respond? Well, he plays knight into the centre, attacking my queen, but this gives me an opportunity just to play queen to d6, which is what I wanted to do, and my lightning bolt is in position. What's white going to do? Well, he doesn't react very well at all. Not sure what he could have done, but I'm not dwelling on that because I'm just enjoying my lightning bolt. White's knight back to d2 does nothing to stop my checkmate move. My lightning bolt as my queen plays queen to h2 checkmate. And there it is, my lightning bolt 5-minute blitz game. So I beat a higher rated opponent with in a French defence that was slightly unusual. Hope you've enjoyed that. I certainly did. Thank you for watching.